Good MTG. I am your host, the good, the ever-present Dr. Yukon Suckit. That's right, everybody. Yukon Suckit, that's my name. I'm broadcasting to you from my secret underground headquarters, and today I am bringing to you a deck called GRUUL Treasures. Now, I'll tell you what the story is here, is that I came into the arena, I went to go see what my dailies were, and I got presented with red and green. So I said, let's go find something in that GRUUL category, something new, something I haven't played before. We'll see how that finds out. So I went to take a look around. I was on Untapped GG, and I ran across this deck. It's called GRUUL Treasures. And I'll tell you, so I tried playing it. On Untapped GG, they gave it a win ratio of like, I don't know, it was like 43% or something. 45.2. And I thought, well, you know, we'll see how it plays out. So I tried playing this thing like 3 or 4 times already. This thing's a beast. It is a rockin' little deck. So anyways, so we're going to play this one out. I'm going to show you how well it works. And I'm also going to go through this deck to see what's in it here. So at the low end, we have Voltage Surge. This thing's making a lot of rounds. It's 2 points of damage to target creature or planeswalker for 1. So it's like a shock. But if you can sacrifice an artifact, it'll do 4 points of damage instead. And you can deal to target creature or planeswalker. So not bad. Nice little instant there. We got Jaspera Sentinel. So this guy helps you ramp up with mana because he's a little mana ramp elf. For 1 mana, you get a 1/2 out, so he's got a big old butt, or she does. I can't quite tell what that's supposed to be. And we got tap and untap creature control to add 1 mana of any color, so that's nice. Right over here, we've got Magda the Brazen Outlaw, which is a 2/1 for 2, and other dwarves, not her, get +1/+0. She's the only dwarf in this, so it's not really going to help you out too much. But whenever essentially she becomes tapped, you create a treasure token. So you're looking to create that token. See, sacrifice 5 treasures, search library for an artifact or dragon card. We do have dragon here. Okay, good. And there's an artifact, but I don't know. I don't think you even need it that way. Really, for her, it's all just about creating those treasure tokens. You think it's for ramp, and it could be, but we'll get to what it's really for in a little while here. We got Gala Greeters, which is a 1/1 for 2. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get to use one of these abilities you haven't used yet this turn. +1/+1 counter on Gala Greeters. Let me skip down to you gain 2 life. But really, create tapped treasure token. We got Prosperous Innkeeper. He's a 1/1 for 2. When he comes into play, you create a treasure token. So what do we got here? Treasure, 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 right? The other thing is that also treasure is an artifact, which means you can do 4 pretty easily. In fact, you can, I was going to say, you could usually sacrifice and use it to pay for the thing, but you'd have to use 2 of them to do it. 1 for the cost and 1 for the sacrifice to juice it up. But still, that's 4 points of damage for 2, which is pretty sweet. Anyways, anything after him that comes into play, another creature you control gives you 1 life, so that helps to keep you alive, which affects your tempo, right? We got Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which turns eventually into a Kiki-Jiki. But at the very beginning there, you get a 2/2 Red Goblin Shaman, and whenever it attacks, it creates a treasure token. On turn 2, you discard up to 2 cards, and then you draw up to 2 cards then. And on the third turn, turns to Kiki-Jiki, who's capable of copying any target non-legendary creature that you control, at which point it gets haste and you sacrifice it at the end of the turn. We got Professional Facebreaker, that whenever one or more creatures you control deals combat damage to a player, you create a treasure token. Like, when are we not creating treasure tokens, right? You sacrifice a treasure token to exile top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Really, we're creating treasure tokens. Let me skip this one. We've got Esika's Chariot. When it comes into play, you create 2 cat tokens. What does this guy do? Whenever a creature controlled haste attacks, you create a tapped treasure token. So let's see, token, 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 not tokens, right? Goldspan Dragon, whenever it attacks or becomes a target of a spell, you create a treasure token. Old Gnawbones, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, any creature deals combat to it, you create that many treasure tokens. And then we get back to Jinnie Fay. What does she do? If you would create one or more tokens, you may instead create that many either cat tokens or 3/1 green dogs with vigilance. So you got haste or vigilance, right? But the deal is that if when you do that, then if you've got Gala Greeters out, guess what they'll do? Create a treasure token, which will create another one. And so, and then when that happens, then comes back to this again, which you gain 2 life, or you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So basically, you just start creating cat and dog tokens like crazy, provided you can keep a Jinnie Fay on the battlefield there. Other than that, you're just pounding out those tokens. Now, if she's not out, what are you going to get? Lots and lots of treasure tokens, which you could use to cast lots and lots of stuff. So this thing goes fast. We got 2 man lands. We've got a bunch of regular lands, some dual lands, which are not necessarily slow. And we got nothing in the sideboard. So there we go. That's the deck. Let's go see how well it plays. Subscribe. All right, we're going against Tomriddle or Tomriddle. 3 mana. I like that. Start off with our slow. Move to fast on the next turn. Yeah. A little bit of black action. Get us into the Greeters. Think he's going to attack with that Death Touch guy or not? No attacks. I got nothing better to do at the moment. Here comes a wolf. He's going to give it to Death Touch. No blocks. We'll green up. Haste, huh? Sounds good. Treasure token sounds awesome. I'll attack. Oh, that's not good. We are hemorrhaging fast. All right, let's go ahead and Goldspan it. Auto pay. We're going to put it onto the Gala Greeters. We're going to swing in all of those guys. Put out some speed bumps. Ooh, I can put out 2 speed bumps, can't I? I'll put these guys out. Auto pay. I'll gain 2 life. Auto pay. Take the treasure token. We're back all the way up again, huh? Alright, Esika's Chariot. Auto pay. And we're done. Are you scared to attack, little man? Pass the blockers. All right, we're looking good. We're going to Goldspan ourselves up. We'll Gala Greeter out. We're going to go ahead and take those two out of the picture. Swing in. Let's gain 2 life. That's 8, Kimasabe. Alright, and another blocker. We'll take that last treasure and end our turn. And we win! Suck it, Voldemort. Subscribe. And we're playing against Random Irish Guy. How you doing, buddy? We got 3 mana, some Fables. A little on the slow side, but we'll try it out. So I'm going to start off with the red and green because I think that has the most. I'm not even sure what this is. 1 damage, create a blood. Alright, there we go. With the ability to put out a Prosperous Innkeeper on the next turn. Mono red. Nope, we're going to get into some black sacrifice like that. Here's a treasure. Do I really care about this guy? Not really. He's a whole bunch of nothing right now. Don't fall for the bait. Okay, so I'll have 4 mana next turn. Esika's Chariot. Here's the anvil. Nope, nope. My turn. Okay. And we're running slow. We got some plays in us though. Well, I'm surprised without the Jinnie Fae, this thing is really just not hammering it. You gonna try to take it out? Nope, you're not. Do I care about any of the things that are there, really? Not particularly. We're in Goldspan range on the next turn. Nope, I gotta save that for the Kiki Jiki. Alright. Discard 2 cards. Decline. Goldspan Dragon. Let's see. Come on in. Let's double up on the treasure crater. You going for a 4? Alright, here's Kiki Jiki, nobody to copy. And another Kiki Jiki. And we win! Bow before Dr. Suckit. Subscribe. And we're playing against Wardaddy. Or Wardaddy. It's Wardaddy. Alright, there we go. Keep it! Okay, we got a Jinnie Fae. We got a nice ramp right up to that level. We're looking good. No! Let's see, let's go for something slow. One discard means lots of discard is the problem. Something a little bit faster. There's a treasure. And I don't care about the shambling ghast at the moment. If I kill it, then the Prosperous Innkeeper's dead. Pass, no blocks. It's weird, it didn't even give me the option to block, I think. Alright, let's roll on into level 3. We'll put out the Jinnie Fae. She's probably going to die. Yeah, there it goes. And we're good. Looks like we're gonna have to do this old school, Goldspan Dragon-y all the way. Yeah, keep at it, my friend. Waste those cards. Alright, let's Goldspan it. What are we waiting for, right? Guess whatever he's got in his hand. Apparently nothing with instantaneous destruction. And we win! Apparently, Goldspan Dragon is too much for Wardaddy. Subscribe. Alright, we're playing against, I don't know this, JosueQuiroz. And we got 3 mana. Let's keep it. We don't have any green. That's going to be kind of bad. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I had 3 mana. I pretty much will do anything if I have 3 mana in my hand. I was also thinking I have no idea how to pronounce Hosku. Hosyu. Hosway. I don't know. Need a green mana. Need a green mana. Need a green mana. Hey, 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 hey. Still nothing. Technically, if I get one more mana, I could put out the Ognis. And there it is. Let's go for the green. Let's go for Ognis. Let's go for the attack. And we get ourselves right into a Goldspan Dragon on the next turn. Well, except for I don't want to, let's see, discard a card? Sure. Let's discard a card. And we're going to Goldspan Dragon it. Auto pay. Go in for the attack. Alright, so we only got one. I'm going to keep out the Prosperous Innkeeper so that I can sacrifice him. What's this guy turn into? A 0/4. Got an artifact. I'm glad to see the Curse of Leeches coming around. I love that card. I gotta respect you guys there. Oh, what do we got here? Another Goldspan Dragon. Next, all attack. Treasure tokens like crazy. Just think if Jinnie Fey was out, those things would be dogs right now. And we win. Suck it, JQ. Suck it. Subscribe. All right, here is GRUUL Treasures. You know, depending upon whether you got Jinnie Fey or not, this is either like GRUUL's ramp or it's GRUUL's, you know, token creatures essentially. Because it just depends what you can do with those treasure tokens. Because this thing pumps out treasure tokens like crazy. You can get to that Goldspan Dragon quick. You can get to Esika's Chariot relatively quick. Really, you're just going to be sitting there saying, which card do I want to play first? And because this thing is just pumping out those treasure tokens. And as soon as you get those big guys out there, especially Goldspan, you're just pumping out even more. Between the Goldspan and Ognis together, then they'd be putting out, what is that, 3 per turn every time they attack? I mean, it's just nuts. And so if you got Gala Greeters out and Jinnie Fey, then you put out 3 treasure tokens, which then gets you another token, which means, you know, if you turn them all into creatures, which means you're picking up 4 creatures per turn. If you're turning, unfortunately, if you make them into hasty cats, they don't get to attack at the exact same time. They just, because they come into play tapped. So you might as well turn them into dogs, unless you like the toughness of the cats better for some reason. Because that vigilance with the 3s is really nice. So anyways, you'd have like 4 3/1s with vigilance just sitting there waiting to untap on your next turn and go to town. It's too bad we weren't able to see it. I saw that happen 2 or 3 times while I was playing this deck earlier. Yeah, you just got to get some, you know, either lucky with getting your Jinnie Feys, which are not very expensive, or 2, make sure that you're not going up against control decks that can blow her away. Because obviously as a gold card and a 3/3, she's well worth killing as soon as you see her. So what is the magic of this deck? It's Jinnie Fey. She's what makes this thing purr. Pun not intended. Being able to take all those treasure tokens and make them into creatures, that is the meal deal right there. But if you do not have her, all those treasure tokens makes everything else work fantastically as well. Because I can tell you, having 2 Goldspan Dragons, 3 Goldspan Dragons, 4 Goldspan Dragons is fantastic. The only thing this deck doesn't really have going for it is it doesn't have any sort of like card draw, which might be useful because if you're just sitting there top decking, sure, you got all the mana in the world. What are you going to do with it? If you can't pull the cards to play, then you're not really getting anywhere. So you really are investing heavily in that you are going to be able to keep your creatures alive enough to kill them and or that you're going to be making lots of tokens and making lots of new creatures. When those things all tend to peter out, you're kind of screwed. You're kind of screwed. But whatever. Every deck's got its downfalls. You can't win them all. But this deck has definitely got a lot going on for it. So let's rate it. Is it competitive? I mean, it is a monster at the right times. I got to say that it's definitely got some competitiveness to it. I'm going to rate that neutral. I don't believe it's going to hold up against super decks constantly, but it's not a loser. It's not a stinker. This thing's got at least it came in, on Untapped GG at like 45% out of 120 matches. But like in my own play, let's see if I can figure this one out super quick. Of this deck, I got a 78% win rate with it. So it's 7 wins, 2 losses. Yeah, this is just general play, but still, I think this deck is doing super good. Is it fun? Yes, it is. I got to tell you, when you start making animal tokens with Jinnie Fey, man, that is just the best thing in the world. I mean, I feel really bad for the opponent because it is just ongoing and intimidating. You putting out all these 3/1s like crazy. I know if they got a board wipe in their hand, they're like, ha ha ha, guess what's coming. But when they don't, it's just pee your pants time. So let's talk about theme. And I got to say, okay, so the theme of this thing is really treasure token creator. And do I feel it? And the answer is, yeah, I actually do feel it. I feel the theming going on there. I like the hasty creature thing going on. I think there's not that many hasty creatures, though, is there? You got Menace right there, which is nice. And these two dudes are just dudes hanging out indoors saying, welcome in. Usually because they're just standing aside letting your opponents just roll right through, right? Because you want them to be there to just go crazy on giving you life and stuff. Yeah, I guess it's not that strong of a theme, but it doesn't really bother me because this theme is really token generation. And these guys all love to do that. So, yeah, even Dina the Bugbear, he creates that token. He creates that goblin token. Yep. So, yeah, you got a lot going on here, man. Lots and lots and lots. So what am I going to rate this deck? I'm going to give it a solid A. A solid A. And I'm not even going to talk about how you can make it better. I mean, the only thing I could say that might make it a little bit better is maybe get yourself some of those tri-lands in there. I kind of felt like I was struggling for mana a little bit. Mostly it was just trying to get a hold of the green. I mean, there seems to be plenty of red. Yeah, there's plenty of green, but it's like I just kind of felt like if maybe there was some tri-lands, I might have a better time of getting all 3 lands. It's a little bit slower, and maybe that'd be the thing you have to play around with, is whether or not you can live with the slowness of true tri-lands that are going to be tapped as they come into play. The problem is you just got to get that engine primed, because this deck makes so many treasures you don't really care. So it's just a matter of because if you take a look at your first 2 dudes, it's the treasure, the mana creators are green, 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 1 red. Everybody else is 3 or more. So that's why you need those greens to start off. So maybe this deck needs a little bit more green mana than it needs red mana. It seems like they're kind of playing towards the middle and late game. But I can tell you, once you get these guys out, you're creating treasures. Treasures provide you with the mana, and they can be any color you need. So once you get to the mid game, you got that treasure generation going on, you're not hurting for mana of any particular color. So anyways, that's GRUUL Treasures, and I hope you enjoy playing with this deck as much as I do. Hey, that's it for now. I thank you very much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you could like or subscribe to this video because it helps me out a lot. I just want to remind you that you've made this day a special day just by being you. There is no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. I hope to see you back here tomorrow, folks. Thanks a lot, and see you later. Bye-bye.